Today, we are celebrating one of WFRV's longtime journalists and her recent statewide recognition for her impactful work. She stopped by Off the Desk recently to discuss a well-deserved accolade. Millaine, first of all, a big congratulations on being inducted into the Wisconsin 4-H Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Stacy. I genuinely feel like this is one of those pinch me moments of my career and life. I couldn't believe when I opened the letter asking me and my family to attend this event. I didn't know that journalists were included in the people that are able to be inducted into the 4-H Hall of Fame. I certainly knew that there are leaders and volunteers and educators and people who make this program run, but I think it's really cool that they take time to honor the people who share those stories as well.
I agree. And let's take a look here. This is the class of 26 inductees, and there you are.
I clicked on everybody's bio. I wanted to read about them. I wanted to learn about them because these truly are the people who have laid the foundations for some of the programs that my kids and I and our community continue to enjoy today. Lisa Kochart from Kewaunee County has been so involved with the Dog Project. She's passionate about making sure that everyone has access to showing animals at the fair. She's in this photo with myself and Erin Dolly, who is the educator for Kewaunee County, an incredible voice for this program, very supportive of everything that's being done. But I think the fact that 4-H takes the time to say, we appreciate your work, because so often these volunteers are quietly doing their thing. They're carrying the totes full of supplies. They're setting up the meetings. They're getting everything ready to go. And parents thank them, but it's really great that there is a more public forum to do so.
Yes, and here you are with one of your awards. You got 3 different things.
Yeah.
This is that commemorative bowl.
Yeah, and they also gave us a beautiful medal and a pin. I have to figure out how to display it. My son was already wondering if we could eat like chips and dip out of it. I was like, I don't think so. I think this is going to be a bowl that sits on the shelf, and it has a little bit of a place of honor in our home.
And here you are with your beautiful family. I know they're very proud of you as well. So you stepped into the ag reporter role at WFRV quite a few years ago, and you succeeded Mike Austin.
Another 4-H Hall of Fame member, if I might add. Mike is an incredible resource and teacher. He was somebody that I really looked up to. I never planned to be the ag reporter, to tell you the truth. But when I met and married a local dairy farmer, it became an obvious option for Channel 5 when Mike Austin retired to say, do you want to take over telling these stories? And it was an easy yes for me, because not only being able to tell stories about the community that I'm a part of, but every farm family has a unique story, and it's one that deserves to be shared. And beyond that, all of these students that I get to meet through 4-H, a lot of them don't come from a farm. And to me, that's almost more important, is to tell the stories of the next generation who's getting involved in agriculture, because no longer are they growing up in a society where grandma or grandpa have a farm, or even an uncle have a farm. They may be going on a field trip to a farm, but if we can spark something in them to get involved and interested in this industry, then I've done my job on a lot of levels.
You have, because we're going to take a look at some of the past stories that you've covered. I know there have been so many, but what are some of the ones that stick out to you that are the most memorable?
I think for me, it is the kids at the fairgrounds who have worked so hard on their project. And I don't know how much you know about 4-H. So you have a club. That's what you meet with regularly. It's like a group of kids ages, 5 to 19 in a lot of cases. And that's your club meeting. But then beyond that, you have projects. You can get involved in the dairy project, the swine project. But you can also show projects like woodworking. You can show projects like Lego, canning, bakery. I mean, sky is truly the limit with 4-H. And I think when I see a student who has success at the fair and they're able to, maybe it's only a red ribbon that they're taking home. I shouldn't say only. Maybe it's a red ribbon that they're taking home, and they're so proud of that effort. And the next year they're like, I'm going to try for the blue. And a funny story that came out of the Hall of Fame event, one of the educators was talking about the different colored ribbons, and a student was so excited to get a pink ribbon. And they said, well, that's kind of like last place. And they're like, right, but now I have one of each. And I just thought that was such a cute way to look at things. But getting to meet students who have not grown up, and like Brown County, for example, they have a huge number of students who are showing birds. They are showing ducks. They're showing geese, because they're able to keep these chickens in an urban environment. And so these students are getting energized and excited about the fair. Little known fact, guinea pigs are the fastest growing 4-H project in all of Wisconsin. So more and more youth are taking their guinea pigs to the fair to show them. So when I have a chance to do that, I think that that's the highlight for me. I'll tell one story. I met a mom. I was actually getting my nails done, and she was saying to me, I'm a single mom. I've got 3 kids. I don't know how to get one to basketball, one to piano lessons, she's like, I'm only one person.
The struggle is real.
Yeah, it is. And I said, have you thought about 4-H? And she's like, I don't even know what 4-H is. And she's like, we don't have a farm. And I said, all right, let me fill you in on what 4-H is now. It is a place for families to connect together and where interests can be explored by all of the members of your family. And that includes me as a mom. As I've now stepped into a volunteer position in our own county, I'm getting to explore some of my talents and passions as I lead projects for these kids. So it's been a true blessing for our family that we can plug into something as a whole unit, but still individually get to explore what excites us.
As we talk about the stories that you've reported on, and obviously you're very passionate about 4-H, why do you think it's so important to continue to shine a light on the ag industry and support our local farmers?
You and I know, I mean, I've been a journalist for 20 years now, and we oftentimes encounter people on one of the worst days of their lives. And it is so important to tell those stories and to be there for the community. But I want to make sure that we put just as much weight on somebody who's having the best day of their life. And when I go to our editorial meetings or when I'm looking at what's going to go in Midwest Farm, I want to make sure that we can bring the positive news forward and have it carry weight and have meaning, because these are the leaders of the future in our community. And if we highlight them and we share their successes and we share what they're doing good, I just feel like that has such a snowball effect on what truly does happen.
Absolutely. So let's go back to your award. I'm going to show a little more video here of the event. There it is. So again, it was this past weekend in Wausau. Your family was with you, as we saw in that picture. What was the experience like for you and also for your husband and 2 boys?
I think they were a little bit in awe as well. They're like, there's a lot of people here who are twice your age. Like, they've done a lot of things already with 4-H. And I jokingly said in my acceptance speech, I said, I'm hoping that in 30 years, 4-H will let me put an addendum onto my biography that says, oh, and after this, she also did all of these things, because I do plan to continue the work that I'm doing both here at WFRV and, of course, in my personal life as a 4-H leader. I enjoyed so much walking around and looking at the posters from the classes before. The Hall of Fame began in 2014. It was to celebrate 100 years of 4-H in Wisconsin. And they did induct that first year, I believe it was around 100 inductees, so that they kind of brought the Hall of Fame up to speed, so to speak. And walking around and seeing, you know, there was one woman who was the first ever female to exhibit at a county fair in the state of Wisconsin. There were people who began programs. There were people who helped youth on a national level, that they brought programs that started at their kitchen table and now are national staples in the 4-H program. So for me, walking around and getting to see the legacy that was on display in that room was truly the highlight.
Right. I know you said it's very humbling to be among some of the greats in the industry. And I know you said that moving forward, you're going to continue this work, and you're a great advocate. And while you may be surprised by this award, I am not, and I know your colleagues, all of us here at WFRV, think that this was very, very well deserved. So Midwest Farm, when can people see your reports?
So Midwest Farm weekdays at noon and 4. There'll be, a 1 to 2 minute segment, but then the full half-hour program airs on the weekends, on Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings. You can also watch it on wearegreenbay.com. The entire episode goes on there, because we know that in farming, you might not know when you're going to have a free half hour because you're busy doing something else. So we make it really accessible for you there. And I should put it out there, I rely on people to tell me what's going on in their community. I have a pretty good pulse on Kewaunee County because I live and breathe what's happening there. But if you have a student, or you have a program, or you have a farm, or you have something innovative happening in agriculture, I do rely on people to reach out to me to tell me about those stories, and I'd love to come meet you.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Millaine, for stopping by Off the Desk. Again, congratulations, and well-deserved. We're very happy for you and proud of you too.
Well, and thank you to the nominators and to all of the other members of this class, and so many names who aren't listed yet in the Hall of Fame, who continue to make 4-H a program that is incredible for my family and so many others.
Up next, a new sign at a local airport is turning heads, getting a lot of laughs, and also sparking some debate. We'll discuss this after the break.